Hey everybody, welcome back. Thank you for joining me for some more Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning. As always, I took a little time and cleaned out our inventory. Definitely looking forward to getting a new backpack at some point. Still not sure how we have like 48 items, but you know, is what it is. So it looks like we have to go back to the seed once again, and then meditate on this side of the map to unlock the gate to Issa. So let's go to Worm Lodge this time, and we will venture eastward from there. Eastward would be roughly this way. I did stop at the Sage Crafting Altar to see about upgrading some of our gear we have. To see if we can make it better than our gear we're currently wearing. However, I realized that until you have Sage Crafting Tier 3, you can't actually combine the shards together to make more powerful shards. So that kind of put a damper on things. Right now we have Sage Crafting Tier 2 until I get to Issa, and I think there are like a couple trainers there that we can use. And then once we do that, I'll respec and go back to having the skills that I think will be the most useful, as opposed to trying to keep the skills low so that we can use the base level trainers. Alright, so we've been here before. Let's actually go... Can we go over this way? We can. If we take this little jumping off point. Somebody very conveniently built there for us. Yeah, okay, let's do some Beyblades. Some fire damage. Try to dodge these guys. I was also looking up, apparently you can... Which button is it? Nope, not that one. There's a button you can use while you're blocking. I think it's activate. Yeah, F, okay. You can kind of charge them with the shield. Does a little bit of damage too, actually not bad. So that could be good to keep in mind. I did make some more potions as well. Since now that we're playing on the hard difficulty setting, we will probably need them. Haven't really used too much of the potions ingredients yet besides like the basic ones for healing and some mana potions. Have to change that at some point. It'd be kind of cool to be like, maybe like a lightning warrior, like get like a really cool. I already kind of have a lightning sword, but to make an even better one. And then get some potions that increase lightning damage. We do have lightning spells. I think there's only the one lightning spell. And then like the combo elemental spell, which we may or may not have enough points to get as this build. Probably not, but we'll see how it shakes out. But I kind of like the idea of making like a lightning warrior build. Another Thresh. Alright, let's go for it. But let's do Maxi. And then we'll do this. And we'll start doing some damage right off the bat. Yeah, so it could be like being a lightning warrior and then respecting like a fire mage, so you can kind of get the max use out of both elements. Freezing is cool too, but I feel like freezing is probably the least exciting of the three. Of course, I blocked it way too late there. Some dodging, some blocking. Oh. Okay, gotcha. And the lightning bolt. And let's get the sword out. And down you go. And look at that, a stash too. Robust daggers. And there is... Oh, do I not have enough detect hidden to get that? Why can't I? Or is it just like a glitch? I don't actually see a detect hidden stash there. Huh. Maybe just a graphical glitch then. So far this game has been remarkably unbuggy, like knock on wood, but I appreciate that. It's been very smooth. Of course it's not as expansive as like an Elder Scrolls game would be. What's back here? I'm gonna try this way first. Maybe it's like a secret way in? But yeah, no bugs is fine by me. Ooh. A hidden eel petal and a hidden Fey chest. Okay, let's try it. Oh, I almost had it. No, we're not going to get it this time. And I heard that if you fail on these hard or very hard ones, you can take a ton of damage and even die. It said that one of the loading screens. So I'm a little worried about this, but yes, there we go. Greater health regen, minor dispelling boost. That could be good to use for like one of these chests. What if there's a potion for like better lockpicking? Probably. There seems to be one for like every skill. So it might be useful to have a few of those with me, even if I don't get like my skill maxed out. That could be another way to sort of accomplish the same thing without investing skill points. Alright. Here we go, guys. The last great Summer Fae city. The Gardens of Issa. Pretty. And this is only the entryway. And there she is. Seems like quite a beautiful place to live indeed. Reminds me a little of my grandma's house growing up, because she always had like flowers everywhere on the outside. Maybe some on the inside, mainly on the outside though. Of course, her gardens were not nearly as elaborate as this, but still gives me the same vibe.
Yes, what do you want? I take this responsibility very seriously.
Good, glad to hear it.
Is in effect. All mortals must keep their weapons controlled.
And so I shall. Yeah, I wonder what happens if you go on like a rampage here.
Welcome to the Gardens of Issa, home of the Summer Court and the warm heart of the Feylands. It is a rare occasion for us to welcome a child of dust into Issa, but it is equally rare that Niralam chooses a champion. Pleased to meet you. I am Chancellor to the High King. I pray you enjoy our hospitality.
Well, thank you for the warm welcome. Tell me about the High King.
High King Tatarian is Lord of the Summer Fae, the font of all our wisdom, and first amongst the immortals. And since Godflow tragically murdered the High King of the Winter Court, Tatarian is the greatest and last true leader left of our kind.
That's good to know. Godflow wasn't like the king of the Winter Court who then went mad. He killed the previous king, or the previous ruler. What are your thoughts on Niralim?
The sapling of the World Tree bears centuries of great wisdom. Of course, long-lived as Niralim is, it is still regrettably mortal. Even all greatest mortal wisdom cannot compare to the perspective given by true agelessness. Begging your pardon, of course.
It is interesting, even though he's like super long-lived, he is one of us mortals, just like the gnomes and the humans and the Alfar. It's weird though, because they did imply that like, I'd like to know more about the process of the reincarnation for the Fae, because it does seem like sometimes they don't come back, like they can actually die, they're not truly immortal, or is that just like a recent thing as their magic is fading perhaps? That would be good to learn more about. Tell me about the Summer Court.
We are the Summer Court, the very embodiments of courage, honor, and all things bright and proud. Some envious few in the Winter Court would call us arrogant and self-righteous, as well as all manner of other epithets. But remember, we are the ones who stayed true to tradition, while they turned to barbarism. The Tuatha find new recruits from our ranks.
And the Winter Court?
Too many mortals misunderstand the Winter Court. Our cold cousins are not evil, but merely evoke the darker truths of nature, from subtlety to decay. Perhaps it makes sense that children of dust are put off by those who embody their inevitable death, but it is regrettable that so many are misunderstood.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting, like, I assume there are some Fae left in the Winter Court that are not Tuatha. Maybe not many at this point, but definitely some, I would think. But looking at the map, it does seem like their area, that I forget the name of, is like the furthest one away, so probably the last area of the game, if I had to guess. Tell me about the Tuatha. They had another second name. I can never remember what the second name is, though, so I'll just say Tuatha.
The ranks of the Fae were not always sullied by the presence of anything so coarse as the Tuatha. Once, the Summer and Winter Courts existed in harmony. But Godflow perverted the Winter Court with talk of his new god, and from that poison, the Tuatha arose.
I'd like to know more of this new god, too. Like, I feel like that's going to be a major plot point as we get further along the main quest. And I'd like to know more about Issa.
Truly a place of wonder, as it has always been and always shall be. Here springs the life well of Dalantarth, and the greater Phalanx in all directions. It is a pity that some of our kind have fallen to such degenerative states, but we cannot shed a tear for their weakness.
That is all for now, Chancellor.
Have you seen Brio? Always in a hurry he is.
I have not seen Brio.
Watch your back.
A pretty fountain to welcome visitors, as few as they may be. Alright, let's check out the map real quick. So, not a lot to see yet. There's a trellis up there, a quest giver over there. Just like in any large area, let's go left and see where that takes us. Oh, a bunch of shrines. That's cool. Oh, on a bench. Seems like a nice place to sit and read a book. Although I'd rather be facing the water. But let's go up here and see if we can get all these blessings. Mortals.
There is but one true pattern, one design. It is the authorities. Everything is his.
Wonder if the authority and Mitharu are different. Wish I could talk to them.
The Fae like us to stay out of the Understyle. That's their district. Our kind linger in the shadows of Felltown.
So there's the Understyle, which despite the name seems to be an area of respect among the Fae. And then
Is it
Felltown.
just me, or does the water level seem to be dropping? I must be seeing things. They say the font's flow never falters.
Yeah, I think it's probably actually filtering. I'm missing one of them. Oh no, there they are. Just taking a second to appear. This could be a really good place to go before a big battle. You can get all 6 blessings. Also good time to take a second and see what they are. Let's go to the status page and effects. Alright, so Athene's Wisdom gives plus 15% status effects and that big experience bonus. Athene's Blessing. Okay, so there's 2 Athene ones. Interesting. 10%. Oh, never mind. Athene's Blessing is the one that I have from just being born. Or under Athene's star or whatever. This is the one we got from the shrine. Death's Touch is the Health and Mana Steal, which is maybe the best one. Minus 25% mana cost, also great. Critical chance, kind of good for rogues, but I'm sure it helps everybody, because you can crit with magic too. And Theoden's Charge, that's maybe the warrior one, but it's just like good offense all around. And then Mitharu's Protection is a little bit of health regen, which also never hurts.
Mitharu is the
Although I think that could be the weakest of the 3, but still very useful. Or weakest of the 6, but still pretty useful. I'd like to know more about the religion of this world too. Like, it seems like those are the human gods, but interesting that they have a shrine here in Issa. Do the Fae worship them too, or do they have their own celestial hierarchy, or
Do you have the authority to be here?
do they not worship gods at all?
For the privilege-
Alright, so a lot of stuff to see here. Looks like this is the merchant's delegation. Okay. Let's see what's going on inside. Maybe some trainers if we're lucky. Okay, there's an alchemical lab. Might use that at some point. There's a merchant and a chest that I won't grab despite the temptation.
Get over here. We don't abide by strangers in Issa. In this city, everyone is family. If you want to get around the peace edict, you'll have to keep your voice down.
I'm surprised to see so many mortals in here after all it took for me to get inside. Tell me about Felltown.
It's not exactly the keys of Rathir, or even the hospitalis quarters of Odessa. But Felltown has its charm. If you find out what it is, be sure to come and find me.
What do you think of the gardens?
It's better than the cellar crawl space I called home just 2 months ago, believe me. The Fae may be grumpy, but they've got nothing on giant rats.
Seems like this guy has a story. What is the hospitalis quarters?
You know, that neighborhood in the gnome city of Odessa where the poor live. Oh, it's a lot of fun.
Okay, so Odessa is the gnome city. That'll be cool to visit there. I wonder, is that the one that's like out in the water in the map, or is that somewhere else? And the peace edict?
Well, technically, we're not supposed to carry or sell weapons in Issa, but I've found a few loopholes. As have you. If you're on the market for something deadly, I'm your man. Just don't go blabbing about it to the Fae. They've got buds for brains.
Part of me wants to like really RP this and like not shop with this guy since we're breaking their rules, but I mean, I can trust myself, so I don't think there's really any harm done. And the Quays?
The Dockside District in Mathera is a lovely place. If you're looking to have your throat cut or contract a nasty disease, remember it next time you travel there.
I love how this guy is like full of travel tips. And tell me about yourself, Witstrinol.
Not much to tell. Heard the war horn of the recruiters and packed my bags. Slipped out in the dead of the night, I did. And I'm proud of it. What good is fighting when the Tuatha don't die? Besides, I'm a businessman. I got my hand on a pass into Issa, and the rest has been waterfalls and walks by the river.
Well, at least he's honest, I guess, but he could probably serve as a quartermaster or something. I mean, this is a good point, though. Like, how do we have to spare when your enemies keep coming back again and again? But then again, what else do you do? Yeah, so even at this new area, it seems like things are still a little bit below our level. Well, I did repair some of our gear, too. A lot of it was getting in pretty bad shape. Not a lot to buy here. I don't know if we really have anything to even sell. Not really. I might upgrade that hammer at some point. I guess we can get rid of the fine silk robes. Alright, that's good for now.
Farewell.
Okay, and there's another shop over here.
I've got what you need here. If you're looking to buy
What do I
armor,
need?
I'm the only one in Felltown who's authorized to sell it. I'm Gwen Hand, but my customers call me Gwen. I don't have many weapons to offer on account of the peace edict, but there's still a selection to pick through. Have at it.
Thank you, Gwen. What are your thoughts on the Crystal War?
The Tuatha were intensifying their attacks against Mel Sinshir, the Bastion in the east. Of course, that's just rumors. I pray they're not true.
I'm sure we'll make our way out there in time. But alright, let's shop and see what she has. Cuirass of Sundering. Yeah, it doesn't really seem that good. Again, this always looks a little bit misleading. Because it's 131 armor, but you get plus 20, so it's really 151. And I think that block efficiency is definitely nice to have. And that's just straight out worse, so... Yeah, I'm not sure there's anything here that's really going to be helpful. Now, consumables... Greater damage boost, 5,000 apiece, but we do have 334,000, so... I guess that's part of it too. If we start getting to the point where, like, battles are really, really tough on hard mode, one, I could always use the fate mode as the last resort, but I'm trying to avoid that as much as possible. But we could also like really invest in our damage or our potion game, get some nice recipes that can increase our damage. All right, for now though, I guess I'm gonna get. I don't think I have a lot of Tinder Twig. We have tons of money, so let's just buy these. Why not? Some recipes which I can probably figure out on my own. I think lockpicks do affect your inventory. Let's see if I buy 10, what happens. No, it stayed the same. Alright, we'll buy all of them then. We'll use them at some point.
Have a
Alright,
good day.
goodbye for now. And this guy seems to be a trainer.
Training? I'm taking a... You've been watching me long enough. What is it? Did I wrong you in another life, brother?
Interesting look. I would like some training, actually. Yay, okay.
Farewell.
Appreciate that. Wait, farewell. Is that his only purpose? He's gone now. Oh, he just sitting down, okay.
Idle hands can lead one into trouble. The best way to keep busy is to learn a useful trade.
I feel bad when you talk to them, they finish their sitting down animation or laying down animation and then stand up again. Tell me about yourself, Holt.
What you've no doubt heard is correct. I am the Holt Friend. I forged Bolgan's Bane of the Kaled Coast, and many other legendary pieces.
Interesting.
My youth was spent as a mercenary, but I have since renounced those ways. Unfortunately, my enemies have long memories, and they aren't as forgiving as I am.
It's not often you meet a smith of legendary weapons. I wonder if we'll encounter that weapon he mentioned later in the game. What is the Kailed Coast?
It is an ancient Alfar kingdom far across the sea in the dense swamps of Klurkon. I once helped its great lords overcome a terrible Bolgan problem.
Alright, let's do one more. What are your thoughts on the Gardens of Issa?
I don't care to stay in one place for too long. Felltown sounded like a good opportunity, and an even better hiding place. I can't say the Peace Edict has hurt business, but it's not exactly easy to train students in blacksmithing without weapons around.
He says that, but there's like tons of weapons all over the place here.
Goodbye.
And I guess because like the tree vouched for me, they let me bring mine in. They never really explained that. Like, there's a giant sword in the log right behind you. I assume he can only train you once, right?
Idle hands can lead one into trouble. The best way to keep busy
Okay.
is to learn a useful
I wonder if he can train
trade.
you. I feel like their trainers didn't have the option anymore. So maybe I should have gotten this down to like 1 point and gotten it twice.
Goodbye.
But I don't know. At some point much later in the game, I'll probably really look into that and try to respec a bunch of times to get the maximum out of the trainers. But
Please do not engage me. I must not be distracted in my role.
alright, but for now, I'm not too worried about it. What is this thing? Oh, Edelweiss. Ah, no reagents found. It does seem to be one of the rare plants in the game. Alright, so we've seen everything here in the merchant's delegation. Let's head again further to the left. And who is this fellow? Who I can't talk to behind the counter.
I hope you're here about the job. Demand is higher than ever. I'm just too busy to deal with anything else.
What a camera view. What are you doing?
Making a fortune is what? These visitors come with obscene amounts of gold or treasure. They don't mind parting with it. My plan was brilliant. I created a blade. Fey blade, of course, that makes them authentic. Something all of them had to have. That's all they care about anyway. Fey souvenirs. I called it the Honor brand. Truth be told, it's dull as a stick, but it's easy to make. Listen, if you can find the parts and make them, I'll pay good money.
So I guess it's like a souvenir he sells to mortal visitors. Alright, I'll take the quest.
Fabulous, fabulous. You know a good deal when you see it. There aren't enough people like you in Issa. The Fae don't even use money. Can you imagine? Once you start forging the honor brands, bring them to me and I'll provide you with just compensation.
So I'm guessing this is a task sort of like the one where we get the potions made and it's like an infinite source of money if you just keep making the potions, but of course you then burn through all your ingredients. So I might make a few, but I feel like we're pretty good on money for now.
There should be plenty of parts around the city. For creatures with no interest in possessions, they sure know how to collect a fair amount of junk. Bring me something nice.
Alright, well, next time we're near a crafting station, maybe I'll actually try some very basic weapons crafting. Oh, I think I might see another trainer over here. I guess they're inside the embassy hall. Let's check that out next. Seems like a bigger area, a couple different rooms.
Do you have the authority to be here? The gardens
An ambassador.
Let me guess. You're here to buy a title. No? A bribe, is that what you want? Listen to me. I'm no one's plaything. I apologize. Forgive me. Sometimes the work in this place is too much. I thought Issa would be different, but it's just another nest of snakes.
Sorry to hear that. Oh, you can actually buy a title. I'm not sure I really want to spend my money on a title. But tell me about Alfar and Issa.
I don't believe the Fae see the Losselfar and Dokalfar as separate groups. They tend to view the world in strict generalities, along bloodlines and origins. Sometimes working alongside the Dokalfar is difficult, but we have an arrangement. They adhere to their goals and methods, and we adhere to ours.
Interesting. I wonder if the Logelfar. I should really know the name of my own species, but I wonder if us and the Dokalfar don't get along. It seems like it. What is the embassy hall?
Do yourself this one favor and leave this place as quickly as you came. It's a den of deceit and malice. You don't want friends like these.
The only reason I might want to choose this is because it seems to be a quest, right? It's got the arrow, it's blue. I guess I could at least ask, can I buy a title?
I understand. Well, I can offer you the traditional alpha titles that are available at the embassy.
Interesting. Dark Hunter, Muse of Fate, Master Mystic. I'm going to choose one, not because I really care that much. I just want to see like if it opens up a quest or something. How about Master Mystic?
Very few can claim the title of Master Mystic. It means your power reaches far beyond this realm. Good choice. I proclaim you the Master Mystic.
Oh, very few, or anyone with 2,196 gold, apparently. I wonder if like people will call you that instead of like a default title. Which is kind of cool, I guess, but I thought like I have to do a quest to like get the title of Master Mystic then. All right, interesting. Also, I like how there's like 5 bonuses at once. The 6th one's off to the left. Okay, we'll go to the center in a little bit. Let's keep going. Ooh, a
I
gnome
apologize, but one of my station has many obligations to attend to. Please, excuse me.
I like her crown. Very unique outfit in general.
Welcome to the embassy, young one. I am Scholar Icob of the Domus Politica. What brings you to my chamber?
So I guess each of these rooms is like the embassy of a different species. The 2 Alfars, I assume the 2 humans, and the gnomes. I'm wondering, I guess you can get like a gnome title. Tell me about the gnomes in Issa.
We have a unique interest in the Fae, but I cannot explain further. I will say this. Their supposed immortality poses a problem to all mortals. The scholars in Odessa have a keen interest in gaining High King Titarian's trust and cooperation. There's so much to learn from him.
Interesting.
Farewell.
Yeah, I wonder if like each species has different titles they can bestow upon you. For an appropriate sum. Oh, here's the trainer. Okay, cool.
Varani only.
Aren't you bold? This is the Varani wing of the embassy, and few venture here without being summoned. I'm Ambassador Advar, he who bloodies the waters.
Ooh. Tell me about the Varani in Issa.
The High King knows why we are here, yet he does nothing. Our people die at the hands of the Tuatha, Fae. But the Fae themselves show no remorse. Titarian and their summer court will know our anger, and they will aid us or perish.
Yeah, it's not really their fault that their winter brothers are waging the war, although I would hope they would be helpful. I'm not really up on the state of politics in this area. Oh, I already know. Is he also smithing? I don't have to look this up in on the wiki later and see.
Stay out of my way.
In fact, let's take a quick look at our skills. So I do need alchemy, dispelling, sagecraft, and I don't really need stealth, I guess. But I'll have to see, are these guys all in Issa, or if not, where are they? Because I feel like there was one trainer of each type in Dalentarth somewhere. At least that's what it appeared to be. Okay, one more embassy, I think. Yeah, looks like it. Oh, so maybe like this is just human. Maybe it's... Huh, I don't know, because we've already seen a human, a Alfar, a gnome. So who is here? The other human.
Hello, I am Ambassador Calder of the Almain. We may be new to the region, but we are just as involved in matters of the Fae and the war.
I like his outfit too. Yeah, I wonder where the Dokofar embassy is. Maybe they don't have one. Tell me about the Almain in Issa.
It is simply an honor to be here. We Almain are doing our part for the war effort, but there are plenty of other relationships to forge far from the battlefields. Carry on.
I almost want to go back to like the character creation scene and remind myself about the different subspecies, the different cultures in this world. Alright, well, in that case, let's go to the middle. I guess this could be the last ambassador.
How are you this evening?
Just a citizen.
Then we must do what needs to be done.
Perhaps we must finally swallow our dignity and draw our swords. Quiet. We must not discuss this further in the open. You must be the special messenger Tatarian's expecting. Trust me, the rest of us have heard plenty about it. Erwin can't keep his big mouth shut. I am Methani Keen, Dokalfar ambassador to the Summer Court Fae.
Yep.
I'm sorry. This is a difficult position sometimes.
Yeah, my first thought was that she's probably the ambassador, but then I'm like, well, she doesn't have an embassy, and it's not in her name, but I guess she is. It is weird they don't have their own room, though. Why is it difficult?
Something is about to happen, and it must be stopped. But that is all I can say. This is neither the time nor the place. If you're interested in hearing my story, meet me in the worship circle after dark, near the gates. I will wait for you there.
Tell me what's happening.
This is not the place. I will meet you in the time and place I specified.
Alright, hopefully not an ambush. What are your thoughts on High King Tatarian?
I've met with him several times. I'll admit, he radiates a certain presence, but I'm less interested in charisma than I am in leadership.
And the gardens?
Isa is fine, and the Fae are tolerable, but many believe they should do more to support the war effort. It's unjust to live in peace while the rest of the world burns.
Yeah, that's fair. And it also doesn't seem like they're going to be living in peace for long, because if what the tree told us is true, this is like their last bastion they've been pushed back to.
Goodbye.
Alright, let enter for now. We'll pursue the quest. But I think having explored the embassy, that's probably a good place to end things. So I'm going to take a break for today, but I'll be back later to play more. So as always, thank you guys for watching. Take care, and I'll see you again soon.